Now we're going to go through the process of submitting our press release. Now most of these work basically the same. You've got to create a free account and then you submit your press release. I've given you a list of a few that I've had good luck with that are free services, and I have one suggested paid service you can use as well. Start with the free ones and see what kind of results you're getting from your press releases. This will give you a good indication as to how well you're doing with the writing of them. Okay, so the first thing one of these on my list is pr.com. This one I get really good results from. So what you're going to have to do if you don't have an account is click the join button here. Okay, and then you can just create the one with no company profile, which is the free press release distribution. Now, of course, you can always go for a paid service as you want. However, we're just going to use the free services in this video. Okay, now when you get into the back end of this particular site, you can set up some account information here and you can upload your logo. So remember, in our press release I had a spot for logo. You can just upload it here, and many of these have this where you can upload your logo. After you have set up your main information here, you need to go into industries, and these are the most relevant industries to what you're doing here. So you go through and you can pick up the 5 here. Okay, so pick the appropriate ones and click save here. Okay, then you get a summary over here. Now from my last press release, it's going to terminate these ones here, so we'll submit. Okay, and then summary again here. Click continue, and we're done here. Okay, now we're ready to submit our press release. Okay, so we submit a press release, and then we just basically copy and paste from our press release right into these boxes here. Now some of these sites don't allow a URL unless when you insert it here, you may have to pay just for each URL insertion. Okay, so all we have to do is copy and paste things in here now. Okay, now this particular site does not allow all caps. So if you did write it in all caps, then you have to change it for this one. Now, we want to paste in our summary. Just make sure everything's formatted okay. Now, also up here, your subheading or your second headline can go in here if you have enough room. Okay, so there we have our summary in there. Okay, and then the body of our press release, we just paste the rest of it right in here. Okay, so it brought us up a window that we have to paste it in this particular case because of our browser security. So we put it in there. Okay, let's go to our location of press release. Now this can either be the location where your head office is, or it could be the location of your target. So we're going to go with Canada here. And that's the first one I've entered for Canada. There's no Canadian provinces in here, so I guess we'll have to just leave that blank. Okay, now down here you can put an image in. If you do, you're going to be charged and you're going to have to pay at least $60. Same with down here. You need to put in a selection for the release distribution. If you put in more than one, then you are going to have to pay at least $60 again. So just pick one here. Okay, down a little further we have our regions, and then we have our information. So let's do all regions, and then make sure your information is correct in the info box here. Now save. Here you can pick your visibility level. You have different fees for different services here, or you can just use Silver, which is the free one. And you can go ahead and do that because our press release is going to get picked up anyway. Let's click Save. Okay, again, because I have active links in my press release, I would have to pay here $29.95 per link, or I can click for the free option not to include the links. Now what this means is people can't actually click on the link. However, it still shows there as text. People will copy and paste it in, and Google actually reads websites that are in text and follows them. So you're okay with this option. Okay, and it has now been submitted. Go back to our press release page. Okay, and it's pending review. So somebody has to review it. So that's basically the process. Now, some of these sites that I sent you to have different rules for hyperlinks and so on. So you can go through and just submit them to each site. Okay, let's look at another service that I suggested. This is ClickPress. This one's a little more straightforward to use. So, okay, it's the same deal. We're going to just paste all of our press release inside here. So our headline, summary, pick the category, body in here, and links down here and so on. Okay, now you notice that because this is a text press release, our links are not in there, but our link will be down here. So we just put our link to our website in. Okay, so here we put in our URL to our site, company name, our contact name, our email address, and our phone number. Now we just submit our news. Okay, so it's been submitted and it's up for review. Okay, you now know how to properly format a press release and get it out there and get traffic from. So that concludes a video series on how to get traffic from press releases.